Well, good morning and welcome to Hold My Beer. I'm a follow Jesus. Today is a little rough. It's a little rough. So unfortunately, we have to put down one of our dogs. She has really bad arthritis. She had to have a leg removed 7 years ago from being hit by a car. And now she just lays around. I can't get her to move. She is in so much pain. She cries. And now she's to the point where we have a lot of stairs in our house. And she's now just peeing in our house because she doesn't want to do the stairs. So I am doing what I can to make her comfortable. We've had her almost 10 years. So this is really hard for me. On top of that, I found out that my grandpa is like in a nursing home care facility, and he's not doing super great. So he mentioned that he wants to go fishing. So I'm gonna go and get him, those kid fishing poles that have that safety thing on it, so it's not a hook, and whatever. He can cast all he wants. And I ordered on Amazon fish cutouts, so if they want to, they can add some tape and he can fish and whatever. So that's emotional and hard. And then to top everything off, we had a storm rip through yesterday, and not really yesterday, like early this morning, and there's more storms coming tonight or today at some point, allegedly. We'll see. But my new patio furniture was thrown around. I have a 12-foot skeleton in my yard, and he was knocked over and his arms were ripped off. And with our patio furniture, it's one of those that has the fire in the middle, with the rocks and whatever. And the glass that goes around it to protect the fire from like being blown into somebody's face was thrown onto our patio, and I have shattered glass everywhere, so I have to clean that up. The last part is minor, and if that was the only thing I had to deal with today, that would be great. But today is one of those days that you almost regret waking up in the morning. Not that I regret the waking up part, but like when the rest of the world hits you, I feel like I should have just stayed sleeping all day. So that's how I'm feeling. So I was doing my Bible study today, and I'm in the 2nd chapter of Ruth. So I came across a verse. So if you watched my video yesterday, I talked about our haughty Boaz that Ruth eventually gets with. And so in this part of the story that I'm reading, Ruth is going out to work in fields to provide for her and her mother-in-law, Naomi. And Ruth must have been a hottie as well, because Boaz comes up into the field from Bethlehem, and he's like, "Hey guys, good morning. God is with you." And they're like, "Yeah, God is also with you." And then he goes to his foreman and he's like, "Hey, who's that hot chick over there?" Okay, that's not what the Bible says, but if he noticed her, out of all of the other women, he's like, "Who is that one?" And they're like, "Yeah, she's Ruth, and she lives with Naomi, which he knows Naomi. And he was informed of all the things that she's doing for her mother-in-law, even after her husband died. Ruth's husband and Naomi's husband. And so he goes up and he makes conversation with Ruth. And this verse got me today. So, chapter 2, verse 12. May the Lord, the God of Israel, whose wings you have come to take refuge, reward you fully for what you have done. And I've spent time crying this morning and like making phone calls, and I'm just feeling overwhelmed because the dog, my grandpa, my property, the skeleton and the patio stuff, and then now I got to get the roof looked at because there was high winds and some damage done. So I am stressed, and I wanted to seek the Lord this morning. And out of everything, this is what I read. May the Lord, the God of Israel, whose wings you have come to take refuge, reward you fully for what you have done. And isn't that the truth, guys? Our God, whose wings we have come to take refuge. He promises to give us rest, to give us strength, to never leave or forsake us. And I believe that full-heartedly. You guys know I have chickens, if you've watched my previous videos, and I have been outside, taking care of stuff in storms, and I've seen hens with their chicks, and they're running for the barn, and they might be over on the other side of the yard, and they're running for the barn for refuge, and the chicks will start peeping very loud, and the mom will stop the hen, and she puffs out her wings, and she starts squatting, and the chicks run to her, and they hide under her wings, and they are blocked by the storm. That's what it means to take refuge under the wings of God. He's got me covered. Now I may experience some pain and some loss, but I can take comfort in Him. And I'm relying on His strength to get me through all of this. I don't have to worry because I know that He's in control. That doesn't mean I'm not going to experience some pain and some heartache. But He gives me a peace that is beyond understanding. It lessens the sting. You guys obviously know I like my tattoos. And so I'm really needing another one. And there is a sting that comes with the needles. I've never used numbing cream, but that's the image that I get. There is a sting, but God is the numbing cream that kind of blocks it. That doesn't say that you won't have any pain, but it kind of numbs. It kind of alleviates. And that's what I'm getting this morning, is that I need to go to my source of comfort and peace and seek refuge and give it all to him, because he's going to be the one that's in control. And he's got me throughout this entire ordeal. So my challenge for you today is, what's going on with you? Where are you experiencing some heartache? And are you seeking refuge from our Father? I'm encouraging you to do so. Well, I hope you guys have a great day. And if you're in Minnesota or I know Wisconsin got hit. So if you're in Minnesota or Wisconsin, you probably have some cleanup to do. So I wish you luck and comfort and peace in doing that. The sun will come up again tomorrow. It's not finished yet. So with that, hold my beer, because I'm going to go follow Jesus. Love you guys.